y'all, so today we're going to be doing more completing the square, okay? And so I just went through and I looked over some of your stuff. Keep in mind that today from 11 until 12, there's also a Zoom meeting. So if you need some help completing the square, now would be a good time to come, okay? It would be a good time to come today, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to do completing the square again, but this time where A is not a 1 and there's actually a number in front, okay? So before we even get started, let's go get a freebie problems. If you didn't do number 13, here it is. We're going to go over it, okay? So keep in mind, when you do completing the square, right, we're going to get rid of this last term. So we just want the v squared and the v on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm going to go get this set up, and I'm just setting myself up to be successful, right? So I'm going to put that line right there. And then keep in mind, whatever you add to one side, you have to add to the other, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's complete the square. What is half of 6? 3. And 3 squared makes 9. So we're adding 9 to both sides, okay? This v squared minus 6v plus 9 is going to get written like this. Now, I put a minus sign in. I want you to be thinking, why is there a minus sign right there? Okay. And then negative 91 plus 9 is what value? What is negative 91 plus 9? What is negative 91 plus 9? That was pretty funny. My brain totally died. Yeah, so negative 82. You gotta love it. All right, and then we're just going to break this back over. Okay, so this becomes v minus 3 squared plus 82. Okay, and we're just going to leave it as an equal 0. So my daughter is laughing at me because I'm just telling you I'm losing my mind. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to complete this square where there's a number in the front. And so I promise you in a minute or two, we'll actually go do one of the problems, if not 2 or 3 of the problems that are actually on your worksheet. But I want to show you what it's going to look like first, okay? So let's start with 2x squared plus 12x plus 7, okay? And this equals 0, equals y, doesn't really matter what it equals at the moment, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is the same step that we did before. So we're going to get rid of this plus 7. It is in the way, not the right number, okay? So I have 2x squared plus 12x, and I'm going to move this plus 7 to the other side, so it's a negative 7. Okay, so that's step number 1. The next thing that we have to do before we do half of 12 is that we have to go get rid of a. So that's the next step. So we're going to divide, or better yet, we're going to factor the 2 out, okay? So I'm going to put a 2 on the outside of my parentheses. So when I factor this, I get x squared plus 6x, okay? And I'm not doing anything to that negative 7. I'm just leaving it alone for the moment. I'm taking care of this side first, okay? So here's what I like to do. I like to combine this step and the next line that I'm going to write on my paper. I like to combine them together, but I wanted to show you what was happening first, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set myself up to be successful. So I'm going to put that blank line in there, okay? And then here's my negative 7. And I'm adding something, okay? Now, the reason why I put the blank side in there is because we're going to complete the square with just the x squared plus 6x, not the 2, okay? So let me go back one more time, okay, just to reiterate what's happening before I do the next step. It's kind of fun. So my 7 moved over, okay, and I'm here. I'm going to now take the 2 out, and I'm going to put in the blank so that I can figure out what I'm going to add to both sides. Okay, so that's where we're at. Now I can go ahead and complete the square. What is half of 6? 3. What is 3 squared? 9. But I did not add a 9 to this side of my equal sign. What did I really add? I really added 2 times 9, which is 18. Okay, let me say that one more time. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So I'm adding a 9 on the inside, but I really added 18. Okay, so all of this that is highlighted is going to get written like this, x plus 3 squared. I'm going to bring my 2 down because this tells me that my parabola is a little skinnier. Okay, and then let's see if I can do this math. Negative 7 plus 18 is going to be 11, and I'm just going to move that back to the other side. And we're done. Okay, let's go do a couple more. All right, so I got my worksheet ready. I even have my calculator ready because, my brain is totally fried apparently. And so hopefully we won't have any more of those issues. But let's go try a couple more and get ourselves ready, okay? So again, when you start, you want the square term and then the square term and then the variable term. You want to keep the number on the other side. So I'm going to move this negative 20 to the other side. So I get 5k squared plus 20k, and that equals 60. Then I'm going to divide, aka factor, okay? So I'm going to take a 5 out. I get k squared plus 4k plus blank. See how I left that in there? Now, part of the reason why you don't want to factor is because the reason you don't want to divide is because 60 is in the original problem. And if you divide by 5, that's going to change this 60. And we don't want to change that 60. Okay? If you divide everything by 5, that's going to change the entire problem. And that's not what we want to do. So if you end up dividing everything by 5, you're going to get k squared equals 12 minus 4k. And these are not the same problem. So don't divide, just factor it out. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and complete this square. What is half of 4? 2. What is 2 squared? 4. But what did you really add? 5 times 4, which is 20. Okay? Now it's just a matter of writing everything down. So this is going to become k plus 2 squared. I'm going to put my 5 in front. Some of you may even be really good at this next step. This is going to give me a positive 80, and when I move it back over, I get a negative 80. Done. Let's do it again. Okay, number 16. All right, let's go set ourselves up, right? So let's go move the 12 over. So 6x squared plus 12x equals, I'm moving this 12 over and I'm moving this 48 to the other side. Okay, switching their places. So that's a positive 48. So when the 12x comes over, it's positive, and when that negative 48 goes over, it changes signs as well. All right, let's factor. So we're going to take a 6 out, and so I get x squared plus 2x plus what? Right? Again, don't divide by 6 because dividing by 6 is going to change the problem, okay? All right, what is half of 2? 1. What is 1 squared? 1. So we added a 1 on the inside, but we really added 6. 48 plus 6 is going to be a 54. And I'm just writing everything else out. I'm going to make it a minus 54 because I'm bringing this 54 to the other side. Okay? All right, I hope you're with me. Let's try it again. Let's go do number 17. So I'm going to do 2 more with you, and then I'll let you try the rest on your own, okay? So number 17. Number 17 is already ready. I got my x squared, my x, my number on the other side, so let's go. Factor out an 8. So I get x squared plus 2x plus what? Okay. And now let's go complete the square. What's half of 2? 1. What is 1 squared? 1. And ready? 8 times 1 is 8. Okay. I'm going to write this as x plus 1 squared. Bring my 8 down. 42 plus 8 is a positive 50, and when I bring it back over, it's a negative 50. Yikes! Super hairy. I'm hoping by this point you're feeling pretty good. Let's go do number 18. All right, let's go rewrite the problem. So I have 9n squared. I'm going to bring my negative 18n over to a positive 18n. And I'm going to get rid of my positive 79 to the other side, so negative 79. I better get my calculator ready. That's a big number for Hunsaker. All right, let's go factor out the 9. All right, so I have n squared plus 2n plus what? There's lots of 2's in this one. Okay, what's half of 2? 1. What is 1 squared again? 1. But what did you really add? 9. Oh, good. That's an easy problem I can solve. All right, so n plus 1 squared. I'm going to write the 9 down. Negative 79 plus 9 would make a negative 70, but when I bring it to the other side of the equal sign, I'm at a positive 70. And I can call it a day. All right, speaking of calling it a day, I'm calling it a day because I've done a million of these videos and I apparently can't add or subtract. So listen, I will see you tomorrow or today if you're watching this video today, okay? 11 to 12. Bye.